Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Knockout figure, which is a slight repaint slash retool of the original Knockout figure. And of course it's done in this Beast Hunters aesthetic, you know, like kind of like Beast Wars almost. Unlike the original figure where it's just mostly like a dark red and bright red with some silver, this figure here has some of that dark red, but it has green. And it has this weird yellow tinge, or not tinge, like this weird yellow like warp effect. I think that's what it is. That's like exclusive to some of these Beast Hunters figures if you have some of those. He also comes with this weird alligator slash crocodile weapon, which I'm assuming, I could be wrong, I think they're trying to base this figure off of the original concept art for Beast Wars Megatron, because originally he was supposed to be a crocodile slash alligator, and of course Optimus Primal was supposed to be a bat. That just could be me assuming it just from looking at it and some knowledge that I have. But just fine. It's just a regular weapon, you know. He can do like a little bit of mouth movement there, and of course you take this tail off like that, and there's the chain, and of course that's going to be somewhat useful for robot mode, which I'm not going to do because it's a pain in the ass to have him hold, so I'm just going to tuck it back in and see if I can try to have him hold it, because it looks a lot better than just with, you know, this thing like extended. And to give you a comparison, here is the original Knockout, and like I said, this one has dark and red, or dark and light red with some silver. This one, as I said, has dark red, green, yellow, and some silver, and of course black. And like I said, it's a retool of that original figure, but nothing's changed. Like the transformation is the same. Well, the head's different, but and of course there's this peg hole right here, which I'm assuming that's for his weapon here, but that is hard to do in this mode. I'm assuming it's for his weapon right here. So I guess if you have his weapon, you can store it on this one. But the problem with that one is it's just super loose. I mean, look at that. It's I don't know. It seems like an odd choice to have a peg hole in there, like to plug a weapon in, even though one doesn't and the other is just too damn loose. But yeah, nothing new here, just the same mold, just different color palette, and just nothing to write home about, which is not a bad thing. Like I said, they're just the same figures, just with some slight differences. And there we have him in his robot mode. Now, I didn't bother to show off the transformation because I already did that in my original video, which I will have linked in the description box below. Or if you don't want to, you can check other people's videos on how to transform this guy, but basically it's the same thing. Although this time for me, it's a little bit, not frustrating, but a little finicky, especially with those arms right there. Better than that, like I said many times, you know, it's a different color palette, although there are some light red in robot mode than it is in vehicle mode. But yeah, it's mostly just green, yellow, and of course a little bit of light red and black, silver, or gray. There's nothing to write home about. It's the exact same figure, just with slight mold changes, like in the vehicle mode and the chest, specifically here. The articulation is just the same. I'm not going to bother doing it because it's a little finicky. I mean, if you have this figure, you know what I'm talking about. Like, the legs aren't bad, it's just the arms are a pain in the ass, and I really don't want to bother showing off the articulation in this video. What I will show you is the new head that it has. As you can see, this new head is kind of a grimace, you know, kind of like just a stoic, you know, mean face, which isn't bad. I still prefer the original face, which I'll show right now. As you can see with the original Knockout here, he has a more cartoon accurate head than this one does, which isn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. You know, it's fine. But in terms of show accuracy, I prefer the original head sculpt than the new one. Of course, for weapons, you can have him hold the original weapon from his original figure, or his new one with this croc alligator weapon, which I'll show off in a second. As you can see with the new weapon, it looks okay. I just wish it was spun around instead of this, but the reason why it's like this is because that hilt guard is not going to fit either way, so you try to spin it, it's going to hit the hand. So I mean, it's alright. It's not perfect, but you know, it's you deal with what you can. Overall, should you get this figure in your collection? If you're a completist of Transformers Prime and Beast Hunters in that same universe, I guess yeah, go for it. But if you don't like the original figure and you want want something different, and I say that loosely, then yeah, this might be it for you. But as for me, as the years go by, while it's a nice figure, I can't recommend it. I'm not saying the figure's bad or anything. It's not like it has like bad posability or has some good paint job and whatnot. I guess it just depends on how you view the figure as time goes on. Because when this was announced, I was excited and I couldn't wait to get him. But as the years went on and as I get older, while it's a nice figure, it's not great in terms of just how, I don't want to say dated. I mean, it's dated in how the posability is, how the transformation is, and all that. I guess you could say it's an acquired taste. Like I said, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just kind of in the middle. I prefer the original Knockout figure, but even with that figure, I probably wouldn't recommend the original figure unless you're a completist or you have a passion for that character. I mean, I like the character Knockout in the show. This version, however, it's not bad or whatnot, but it's a nice kind of a different approach to him, I guess you can say. To wrap it up, not a bad figure. Only pick him up if you're a completionist, or if you just want to go on a nostalgia trip and get every figure during that line, then I guess it's alright. But other than that, I would say get him only if you're a completionist, or just skip this one and get the legacy version.